But I like to start in the middle of the mat standing. We're just going to get a little focus on the core through the limbs. So standing feet apart, hip distance or so, reach the arms straight up, push the heels down. Yeah, perfect. Push the heels down and now put weight into the right foot and lean over. The palms can face each other. Just lean over to the left. Yeah, great. And then rise on up. We'll go the other way. And when we're stretching the sideways, let's try to make it less yogic and more Pilates and try to close this space, okay? And then rise on up and we'll do one more round. We're trying to keep it open, but we're closing with some discipline in not reaching arms and reaching legs. We're keeping the discipline here.
What do you mean by closing that space?
Closing when we really let it go and we want to open it, we kind of lean forward and we stretch here and we stretch here. Instead, we're trying to keep shoulders in the socket so that we keep this a little contained by the limbs. Okay, yeah, so push up one more time. When we lean over, so we're not making it a big lean like a big release, it's more control. So put weight into both feet and then lean over. There's Marissa, hi, welcome. And when you lean over, we're just kind of get some control here rather than letting it go. Use the strength of this side waist for a little bit of a lean. And then put weight into both feet and then reach up. Yeah, that's it. Now we'll bring those hands down. The palms are facing each other. We'll bring the hands down. I'd like you to bend the knees. Put weight into the heels now. Reach those arms up again. It's not chair posture because we've got those triceps around the ears. So there's the calves and there's the ankles. I'd like you to, feet are still about hip distance apart. I'd like you to put weight into the right leg and you lift your left leg up and then lower it down. Try to keep your side waist even. Put weight into that other leg and reach it up. Just use that. Good. Now lower that down. We're putting weight into the right leg. Bring the left leg up, cross it over, open that hip out, and then try to sink down, keeping the arms high. Yeah, get the spine nice and tall so we're not leaning forward, so we're getting balance right away. Bring the low tummy in and try to make your shoulders soft. Good, now push weight into that foot, reach the feet nice and even and let the shoulders rest a moment. We're doing that again to the other side. So feet are hip distance, we know where we're going, so take care of those hips that they're wide enough apart. Reach up and try to bring softness to the shoulders, strength to the side waist. We lean it back, we get a bend, putting weight into the left foot, reaching that right foot up, crossing it over, trying to balance. Keep the spine tall, get that corset tighten around the waist, lean in, push into the left heel, feel that strength. And then push into the standing heel and reach it down. Good, and lower it down. That's it, fantastic. So just bringing attention to this discipline in the core. Now we're separating the feet a lot. I'd like you to put your hands in your hip flexors, lean over until you have a good flat back, and then pull the stomach in. And once again, the arms go up overhead. Try not to let the hips go back, though. Try to keep the hips above the heels. Tendency is to let them sway back. Bend the knees if you like, but keep the hips over the heels. There's a super strong shoulder and back corridor. Pull the low tummy in and get a flat back. And then gently lower the hands down and press the palms down. Hang your head heavy. Release tension out of your neck and let your head roll side to side. Feel free to bend the knees here, release that tension away from the neck. We're trying to keep the neck long as we work our powerhouse today. Wonderful, so just waking up those sensations. Now I'd like you to bend the knees, keep bending the knees. Maybe the knees come toward the armpits. Push those straight arms forward. We're lowering down onto the butt. Maybe you lift the arms a little higher, getting that strong back, and then carefully place the butt down. Yeah, great, Susie. Now keep those arms high and bring your legs to tabletop. Wonderful. Bring those arms down so that they're level with the legs. Rotate the palms down, and we're moving right into 100s. We keep the arms long. We press the palms down. We try to keep the legs in tabletop and the C curve of the spine rounded as we gently press the palms down. Rather a fast flutter. The low stomach is in toward the back ribs, and we simply press and not move anything else. The torso is stable. As the arms flutter, it's nice to look between the feet. Try to smile around the eyes and pull that stomach in. Protect the back by keeping your spine round. We're way more than halfway there. Keep fluttering the arms. Get some strength in that back. We're using that back to keep the chest open. We have 17 more flutters. Stay focused. Low stomach in. We're releasing in a moment. 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels down. Slip those legs nice and long. We'll keep the arms nice and tall. Just one more release. I'd like you to keep those hands pressing forward. And now simply round the spine, keep your legs nice and heavy. So try to place your low stomach or kind of get your belly button in and down. Yeah, try not to let your legs slip and drag. And then simply round back up and raise the arms high again, triceps around the ears. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, reach the arms forward, get the C curve. Yes, get very round, maybe look down. Try to keep the legs stable, lower down as much as you can without the legs moving. And then release it back up. Just one more. This time we're going all the way down. We'll send the spine into its C curve. Squeeze the legs together this time. We're lowering down to the count of 10. Stay round, stay low, 8. Try not to move the heels or the feet, 6. There's the sacrum on the ground. There's the middle back. There's the tips of the shoulders. There's the shoulders too. Reach the arms up overhead. Once again, triceps are around the ears. There's your strong back. I'd like you to point your toes, point your feet, and reach, reach, reach. Find major, major length. And exhale, let the back rest on the mat. Wonderful. Drag your heels in toward the hips. The body stays long on the mat. The knees bend toward the sky. With the knees bent toward the sky, I'd like you, if you have a block or a blanket or another prop that you can put between your knees, that might be handy. Okay, it can be a roller, a pillow. Yeah, it can be really anything. We'll bring that prop between the knees. Try to gently press the knees together so you feel engagement in the legs. With that spine resting on the mat, I'd like you to press your palms down by your hips, drag so the heels are close enough to make the shins perpendicular and lift your hips up. Now you're squeezing your prop between your legs, rise higher on your shoulders. Try to get the collarbone shining to the sky and squeeze your prop. Good, now squeeze the buttocks as you squeeze your props. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Very good. Now I'd like you to bring, believe it or not, your right heel out. Place it on the ground, your left heel out. Keep squeezing your prop. Lower the butt down and lift it up. Place your right foot on the floor, left foot on the floor. Squeeze your butt and lift it higher. Lower the butt down and lift it up. Right heel out about an inch or 2. Left heel out about an inch or 2. Squeeze your prop. Lower the butt down and squeeze it back up. Right foot plant it. Left foot plant it. Squeeze your prop. Lower the butt down and lift it up. and keep going. Right heel. Squeeze the prop, left heel. Nice. Lower the butt down nice and quickly and lift it up. Squeeze your prop. Put the right foot on the floor, the left foot on the floor. Squeeze your prop. Lower the butt down. 3 more. Lift it up. Right heel out. Nice. Squeeze left heel out. Squeeze lower down. Lift up. Right foot down. Left foot down. Lower it down. We just have 2 more. Right foot. Core is so strong. Left heel. Nice. Squeeze and lower. Lift up really high and put the right foot down. Left foot down. Squeeze and lower. Just 1 more. Right heel out. Yes. Left heel out. Lower it down. Give that prop a good squeeze. Right foot down. Left foot down. Lower it down and squeeze and lift it up. Give it squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower the hips down. Beautiful. Keep those feet on the mat. Bring the feet a little further apart, a little more away from each other. Let your knees tent in so you get a little release in the back here. And just take a breath, release it. The sacrum is off the ground at the moment. Great. Now, heel toe your feet closer to each other. Bring the heels together there on the mat. The toes are apart. I'm just going to show you in the air. The toes are apart. The heels are together, a little froggy movement. Lower those heels down. Now, you're welcome to come onto your elbows here with fingers pointing to the sky and lift up. Squeeze your buttocks. Lift those hips and squeeze them a lot. And lower tap, lift up and squeeze. Lower tap, lift up and squeeze. Lower the hips and press them straight up. Now, if you want to make this a little more intense, point the whole arm to the sky. Just rest on the back, lower the butt, and lift up and squeeze. The heels are together. If you want to make this even more intense, lift the upper arms off the mat so you're just resting on the top of the back, that thoracic spine, and keep going. Press it up and lower it down. The whole gluteus medius and gluteus maximus working. You'll notice that when you press up with the heels together, you get that low tummy activation too. We're lowering down for 6 and press it up 5. Arm position wherever you like. 4, lower down 3, squeeze, and 2, very good. 1 more. Lower it down, squeeze, and slowly lower it down. This time, hug your knees in towards your chest. Release your feet. Maybe roll the ankles around and maybe rock the body from side to side. Yeah. Wonderful. Now, if you have a roller, that would be handy. If you don't, it's not a problem. If you have a Pilates ring, fantastic. That would be handy too. And again, if not, that's not a problem. If you have the roller, I'd like you to put the roller underneath your feet. Put your ball of the foot on top of that roller. Roll down, press the feet down, and you'll lift the hips up. If you don't have a roller, simply rest on the mat and lift the hips nice and high. The hands are down by the roller. And now, Susie, I'd like you to roll the roller in a little bit closer to your hips. Yeah, there you go. So you can get a nice little lift. Fantastic, Marissa. So the hips are lifting high. The feet may or may not be on the roller. Use the strength of your shoulders, that long, flat back. Raise the right knee in towards your chest, curl it in, and point the right leg to the sky. Good. Use your shoulders to lift up high. I'd like you to bring the right knee down just to the left knee. Flex the foot and reach it high. Point the right toe, lower it down toward the left hip, and flex it and reach it to the sky. Continue. Right knee down just to graze the left. Flex that foot and point it to the sky. Good, keep going. Try to keep that left hip engaged and lifted the whole time. And Susie, if it gets too intense to the roller, you can always flatten the foot down. Good, lift the hips high. Try to use the strength of your shoulders. Bring the core nice and aligned so you have alignment from shoulder to hip to supporting knee. Do 3 more. Good, just perfect, Melissa. Perfect, perfect. Point and flex, just do 1 more. Excellent, and from the top of the spine to the bottom, lower that down, both feet on the ground or the roller. Good, let's pause there. Your decision whether we use the roller again for the next side. We'll take an inhale. If you're using it, press it under the feet. Squeeze the legs in, so try to make them quite perpendicular to the mat and get a lift. The shoulder and that back support that we found, that strength, that's important here. Bring the knees ever so closer together for me, Marissa. Yeah, good, better foundation. Wonderful. Weight in the opposite leg. Squeeze the left knee in toward the chest first, just to get that squeeze. Yeah. And then shine it to the sky. Give the hips a lift here. Yes, that's it. Left knee down to meet the right. And bring it back up. It's nice to think of, in baking, like a knife slicing through soft butter or a spatula through batter. Just make it nice and fluid. Yes, and point up. And Susie, do me a favor, just point to the sky. Don't go past when you're shining the leg up to the sky. Don't bring it towards your face. Yeah, a little more control in the core. Good. Flex it down, point it up. Yeah, a little less towards your face. Just point to the sky. Wonderful, that's it. And point just to the sky. There you go. Yes. Lift the hips. That's where the work is. Nice, Marissa. Lift the hips up each time because they're always going to sag. Excellent adjustment. Do 2 more. Yeah, it's so easy to lose this. It's a huge corridor of the body. Very good. And lower it down. And again, try to do top to the bottom, lowering the spine all the way down. A hug of the knees in toward the chest might be really nice here, but maybe wrap the arms around the thighs so that the knees can kind of release out toward the armpits and you just clasping the wrists. That's roll a little bit side to side so you release the whole back and also the shoulders. Very good. We're staying on the back, but we're getting into the core. I'd like you to bring those legs to the sky. We're getting a little momentum now and roll on up to the pelvis until you're balanced. And keep the legs in the air and then roll it down to the middle of the back. Try to keep the knees where they are. Yeah, same distance from the chest. Round the spine and keep going. Roll it down. Balance just on the tip of the pelvis. Yeah. Now, would you like to do again? Reach those arms up forward. Reach so the triceps are almost to the ears and continue. Roll it down. Look to your tummy and rise on up and balance. Yeah. Wonderful. Roll it down and squeeze it up and hold. Do 1 more. Roll it down. Squeeze it up and hold. I'd like you to bring your hands behind the knees and lower the left leg down, point the right leg up. Reverse, reverse. Long leg to the sky, hands behind the knees, round your spine down and pull your tummy in. Good. Use that low tummy. Maybe let the hands release from the legs. Flutter the legs back and forth. Tippy toe down. Point the leg long. Tippy toe down. Wow, there's the obliques working. Point the leg down. Tippy toe down. Point the leg down. Do 1 more. Very good. Lower the feet down. Round the spine and continue to roll all the way down. Great. Rest for 1 second. And if you have your Pilates ring, and would like to use that in practice today, I encourage you to get your ring. We're gonna place that ring between the ankles. Yeah, so this placement, and squeeze that ring together. And if you don't have a ring, that's not a problem. This work will be intense without it. We'll roll back onto the back. We send the legs to the sky. If you have your ring, it's gently between the ankles. Send those shoulders down, under the body, and press those hands next to the hips. If you don't have a ring, you're just imagining you do with a gentle squeeze to activate the legs. I'd like you to send the legs as far away from you as possible toward the wall opposite you, but keep the back on the ground. Now, point those legs up. Squeeze those heels together so the toes are pointing, maybe the shins unite, and lower the legs down away from you as far away as you can, but keep the back on the ground and lift it back up. Separate the legs, lower them down as far away from you as you can. Use that core to lift the legs back up. Squeeze the ankles together. Point the toes, make two legs one. Lower the legs down, keep that back on the mat, and lift the legs up to the sky. Don't bypass center, just to the sky. Separate the legs. Keep the back on the mat, lower it down. Really good. Reach it back up, bring the heels together. Lower it down as low as you can go. Very good. Squeeze it and do one more. Separate. Lower down. Keep the back super flat on the mat. Use the support of the shoulders. Good. And point it up. Really good. Now, and I'm so sorry because you didn't have your ring, Melissa. I just thought that made more sense. So Susie, now, please bring the ring back where you had it, between the legs. And Marissa, no problem. We're keeping those legs up. We're using that core again. Hands come down under or next to the hips. The shoulders are pressing down. Send the legs away with the legs wide. If you've got your ring, fantastic. If you don't, just keep that discipline of the back on the mat. Drive the ring. Shift the heels and the toes to about 10 o'clock. Bypass center, go 2 o'clock. The back's on the mat the whole time. Drive the ring. Legs in the air to the left, legs in the air to the right. In the air to the left, pretend your feet are on a steering wheel and you're steering that wheel left to right, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Try to keep the legs straight. Try to keep that distance between the feet exactly the same. I know it's intense. Just do 4 more. Yes, bypass center, go the other way. We're using the obliques. Wonderful. Just shift to the right. Think your feet are steering a wheel and shift over the other way. 2 more. Really nice. So much in the obliques. Do 1 more. I know, so much. Excellent. Okay, bend those knees in. If you have your ring, slip it up overhead. We're going to release that up overhead for a moment. Now I'd like you to bring your hands back behind the thighs. We're rolling up and balancing for a moment. Hold there for 1 second. And now bring those knees toward the shoulders. Bring your hands outside your feet. So you've got this funky little position. Yeah, so we're really making ourselves into a little ball now. That's it. Fantastic balance, Marissa. I'd like you to round your spine and look down. Your arms just got longer. Yeah, round the spine. Keep the feet in the air. Look down. We're rolling to the middle back. And then we're rolling back up again. Try to keep the feet in your hands. Yeah, do it again. Roll it down, stay on a tiny little ball. Shh. Exhale, roll it up. Roll it down and shh. Exhale, roll it up. It really helps to look down, stay in the tiniest little ball you can. Shh. Roll it up. Use that core to get yourself back up. Wonderful, Susie. Balance at the top and roll it down and shh. Exhale, back up. Heels high. Flex your feet a lot. That helps too. Roll it down and shh. Roll it up. Nice. Now when you're rolled up, clap your feet together like you're a seal. Clap them together in the air. Yeah, now roll it down. Clap them together in the air there. Yeah, roll it back up. I know. Yes, Marissa, fantastic. Now roll it back down. Roll down. Look down. Clap the feet in the air there. Yeah, I know. Almost impossible. Keep working toward it. Laugh. Good, Susie. Round, round, down. Look down. Roll down. Try to clap your feet in the air. Clap, clap. Yes, I know. Roll it up. Clap your feet in the air. Just do 2 more. Yes, good. Roll it up. Clap, clap. I know. It's like momentum. Yes. Nice. Roll it back. Do 2 little claps. Yes. 1 more. Roll it up. Clap the feet together. I know, we look so silly. We're so happy no one's looking at us but us. Okay, perfect. Let's lower those heels down. We're lengthening the legs out long now. Yeah. And now we're keeping the left leg long. I'd like you to round the spine. Just press your hands on your thighs for a moment. We're getting that low tummy engagement again. Look down. And bend your right knee in towards your chest in a nice little hug. And now once again, we're straightening that leg up and wrap your arms. Good. Point that leg to the sky. Look down for a moment and lift the left leg off the ground any amount. I recommend about 2 or 3 inches. Okay. Hold there. Keep looking down. Lower the left leg down. Lower the right leg down, bend the left knee in towards your chest, give it a squeeze, shine it up to the sky, have your hands on the leg. Good, round your spine, make your arms longer. Round your spine, almost get your sacrum on the ground that long. With control, lift your right leg up. Yeah, it's a balancing move, it's hard. Good, lower that down. Excellent. We're ready for the next posture. Make your leg nice and long. You've got the left leg up in the sky. Round the spine. Keep the arms up where they are. Good. Right around the ankle. Lift the right leg up. Roll with the middle back and roll back up. Hover that right leg. Yes. Roll it down to the middle spine. Let that right leg use the momentum to keep it off the ground. Excellent. Round and roll down and rise up in balance. Yes, perfect. Roll it down again. Use your exhale. Shh. Balance. Nice. 3 more. Roll it down. We're trying to keep the legs the same distance apart from each other. And roll it down. Keep the legs the same distance apart from each other. That's it. 1 more. And roll it up. Good. Let your left leg go. Lengthen the legs long. Sit up straight for a moment. And give your legs a little shimmy. Yeah, just wag the heels. Maybe pat your thighs because we tend to get into the hip flexors on that move. Yeah, beautiful. Get releasing there. And then we're just going to the other side. The key here is keeping the spine really rounded and the legs nice and long because that balance, they balance one another so we can use the core, okay? So the limbs really help us here. I'd like you to go to the other side. So it's the left leg that goes up and it is straight. When we round the spine, the arms get longer. Yeah. Lift the left leg and then just to the middle back, not the shoulders, send it up. So we need to keep the tummy in. Perfect. Round it down. The legs stay the same distance apart and the right leg never releases to the ground. Round it down. Use your exhale up. Round and inhale gently down. Exhale kind of abruptly up. Yeah, that kind of forced exhale, a big shh. That tends to really help the discipline. These are beautiful, you guys. We're doing 4 more. Yeah. Keep that. Yes, wonderful. You're not using momentum, you're using the core. So beautiful. Just 2 more. Exhale, shh, nice and strong. Just 1 more. Lower down. Use that exhale to get you back up. That's it. Wonderful. And now let's lower the legs. We're shifting onto our side now, just for a moment. We're just going to get a little bit of side work in here. And again, we're trying to keep the containment in our side waist when we do all these moves. And we're going to really make our limbs work for us in these moves so that we can, really get into it. The legs are long on the mat. Rise on up onto your forearm and point your fingers toward me. Good. And now lift your top leg, just say 3-4 inches. Okay. Bring that leg in front of you, flex the foot, and imagine your big toe and your belly button aligned. Bring it back, point the toe, and do it again. Bring it forward, flex the foot, heel leads the way. Good. Point the toe. Bring that pointed toe forward, flex the foot, and bring that heel back. Heel leads the way. Maybe you bring the arm, that's one of the arms, to the sky. Got that support? Point the toe forward, flex it, heel leads the way. Bring it back. Point the toe, bring it forward, flex the foot, and bring it back. Try to keep your side waist lifted and high. Don't sink in. Point it forward, flex it, and bring it straight back. The ankles do not touch. Point the toe and reach it forward, flex it, and bring it straight back. Suddenly, the side waist understand who's driving the bus here. The legs are kind of little supporting actress to the star, which is the core, holding all this together. It seems sort of innocuous until you do a few more repetitions. Flex it straight back. The legs are super long. We're doing one more. And of course, if this is too much on the shoulders, I'd like you to bend and soften the elbow or bring that hand behind the head. Good. Let's lower that leg down. Please roll over onto your tummy. We've got the forearms on the ground. We've got the fingers very wide splayed and the elbows are directly under the shoulders. Please curl your toes under and lift the hips. We're in forearm plank. When we rock that ring side to side in 10 and 2, we're actually doing that with our whole core. So I'd like you to bring that right hip a little more toward the ground. Come back to center, roll the left hip a little more toward the ground. Of course, the hip bone doesn't touch. It's a tiny little rotation of the entire core. It's intense. Shift to the right, back to center, and shift to the left. Now bypass center, just shift and shift and shift and shift. The whole core is rotating. It's very gentle. Imagine the 10 and 2, just like you're kind of steering something right to left. Bring the low tummy in, flex the heels way back, press up the upper spine, keep your true plank, and rotate side to side. I'd like one more rotation, just to the right and just to the left. Good, bend the knees. I'd like you to lower the hips back toward the heels, get a nice child's pose. Take a big deep breath, and when you exhale, send that middle and low back rounded to the sky. Yeah, it's inevitable that we get tension there. Do that again. Inhale and then exhale, that middle, lower back to the sky. Just release tension there. We'll stretch out once again, but this time we're rolling to the other side. So we'll adjust the body. The legs are super long, and it's that length of the legs and the weight of them that makes this exercise so profound. The elbow is right under the shoulder and the wide fingers press. What we want is a lift up, so we want the part of the body that's closest to the mat as high as we can. Already, that's a lot of work. Lift the top leg up. Good. Point the toe, make it longer. Get the length from the core. And then point it forward, flex it, make it longer. Bring that heel way back, the leg is longer. If already you would like to add the hand, that's fine, but just make sure the legs stay long. Try to make the legs longer each time the toe reaches forward, flex it. The big toe is in front of the belly, heel back. And maybe the arm goes to the sky. This now makes it a balancing move, which is way harder. If the shoulders are uncomfortable, bring that hand softly behind the head, but keep the sideways lifted. That's when the body begins to understand, oh, this is all about the core. It's not about the legs or the arms. The lift is coming from the middle of the body. Shoo. Always, we try to use the exhale for the most difficult part, which in this case is lengthening that leg back behind us. Point it forward, flex it there. Shoo. We also don't roll forward. We don't roll back. We keep the same discipline the whole time. And we do 2 more. Point, flex. 1 more. Point it forward, flex it back. Lower it. We roll over back onto the forearms. We're doing a little something different, but we are finding forearm plank again. I'd like you to press with the whole elbow, the whole palm. Lift the hips high, the toes are curled under. Try to keep the collarbones nice and open though. Put the weight into the left side of the body and bring your right knee over toward your right shoulder. Put that right foot back down. Weight to the right. Bring that left knee toward your left shoulder and lower that foot back down. Right knee toward the right shoulder. Lower it down. Left knee toward left shoulder and lower it down. Puff up the back body. Bring your belly button towards your sternum as you continue. Forearm plank is intense, especially when we're asking the limbs to challenge the body to keep it as we try to get that right knee over toward the right shoulder and press it back. Left knee toward left, press it back. We're doing 2 more. Try to stay strong, kind of keep those hips lifted and the whole body aligned. Really good, just 1 more set. Wonderful, neither of you is rocking forward, side to side. That's perfect. Lower the knees, child's pose. Yeah. Now I recommend bringing your hands snow angel-like back behind you. So you wing the arms back and press the palms up. Yeah, and then you can bring your hairline to the mat rather than the forehead. So the neck releases and it does a little, just a 1/4 inch release in the low back too. Just a little nicer release. You always want to protect that part, yeah. Good, now just a little shoulder release here and for mobility. We're going to keep the arms where they are. Have your knees separated quite a bit here, but clasp your hands behind you, yeah, in child's pose. The hands are clasped behind you. Try to get your knuckles up to the sky. So lift your hands, get your knuckles pointing to the sky. Get your shoulders far away from your mat and roll over onto your right ear, your tricep, and let your knuckles reach over to the right. Maybe your right shoulder point rests in the mat. So you're turning your head. Yeah, you're turning, your arms are going to the right. Should be a really nice release on your left shoulder. Yeah, very nice. Bend your elbows as much as you like. No need to keep, nice. Now we'll go to the other side, roll onto the middle of the forehead. Yeah, and get on the left cheek or ear. And you might feel that shoulder point on the ground, depending on your flexibility. If it's okay, lift the knuckles up. If it's not, keep them bent towards you. What we want to do is reach that right shoulder nice and high. Just get a release here. Yeah, lovely. And then carefully bend our straight elbows, bring it back to center, unclasp. Let's bring those hands now up overhead. And we're staying on the tummy for a moment. We're going swimming, okay? The position we're finding, I'm standing up to show you, but the position we're finding is a V position, right? Yeah. We're pressing the pubic bone down. We're reaching the arms forward. Now, Susie, you have your ring. It's your choice. If you want to work on your back and shoulder strength, you're welcome to bring the ring on the mat in front of you and try to keep the ring a circle as you let the head hang heavy and the legs swim back and forth. Or both of you, of course, welcome to reach the arms forward. We lift right leg and left arm and then reverse, and we swim back and forth. Now the key here is to keep your neck long, to keep your face off the ground, but look down the whole time. Yes. Good, good, good. Now swim. Yes, lift the legs, press the pubic bone down. Try not to move the core at all. Yeah, use your lats, use your buttocks to lift high. Swim, swim, swim. Now try to swim for your life. Yeah, point the toes, flutter, flutter, flutter. Yes, so nice. 3, 2, 1. Gently release it all down. Excellent work. I'd like you to rise up now onto your all fours position. So we have the body in tabletop here. To release the low back, just do a couple rounds of cat and cow. And when you hang the head heavy in cat, you might want to shift the head side to side. Release the neck muscles. You've been using those quite a bit. And when you press up into cow position, you might want to shift the hips side to side as well, with the knees bent, just wagging back and forth. Good, and do another round, just whatever feels nice. And we exhale, releasing into cow. Now we have our neutral spine. I'd like you to bring the knees a little bit closer together. We're doing some balancing moves. We're sending the right leg straight back, look down, and bring the left arm forward. The tricep is around the ears. Once again, I know we're doing a lot of that. Keep reaching with your left hand and your right toe. Now curl in and bring your left knee and your right knee and your left elbow together. Lengthen it out. Keep looking down. Make the limbs really long and feel the stretch on the low right oblique. And then squeeze and round your spine to the sky. Let the limbs touch. Inner knee and arm. Do it again. Reach it and round the spine up. Pull the low tummy in and up. Good. Do one more. Round the spine. Really squeeze those abs. That's it. Reach and we hold here with that right leg back and that left arm forward. I'd like you to bend the right knee into the sky and flex your right foot up to the sky. Good. Hold here and now pulse that leg up. You're lifting with the right buttock up and up and up. You really have to press into the right heel of the hand so that you get tension out of the low back and you just press that leg straight up and up. Soften your left shoulder a little bit, maybe bring it to a cactus arm outside the body if that's nicer. It makes it for a really interesting balance too. Now the core is doing so much at once. Press that heel, flex foot up. Yes, really good. And if you need to lower both arms down, that's totally fine. We're doing 2 and 1. Curl that knee into your nose one more time and round the spine to the sky. Good. And place that right knee down next to the left. Cat and cow. Find that spine releasing. Maybe wag those hips side to side. Yeah, when we use the obliques, it's so important to remind them that they have flexibility too. Yes, nice rounding. Now let's get the other side. First is the left leg that goes back. Try to point the toe here, and my recommendation is try to get your left hip down. So think of the inner left thigh is going to the sky. That just evens out the back, and really press the heel of the hand down so that your upper body puffs up and the low stomach and lower torso get control. From that strength, that's when the right tricep reaches forward. Try to look down and focus on getting even in the back. That's it. Good. Press, press, lengthen, arm and leg forward with control. Curl right elbow toward left knee. Maybe you flex the left foot. Straighten it back out. Curl and round the spine as much as you can. Squeeze the tummy in. Good. And straighten it out. Point, point, point. Do it again. Round. Squeeze, touch. Yeah, good. Do one more. Squeeze, curl, touch, touch, touch around. Reach up, bend the leg in the sky. Flex the foot so you're holding a platter on that foot. It's hard to even out the body here, I know. Susie, try to bring your heel more towards your buttock. Yeah, perfect. From there, either the arm lifted looking down or not, both hands on the ground. Offer your platter of cookies to the gods in the sky. Yeah. Don't lose your cookies. Don't let them roll off the foot. Yeah. Lift up from the buttock. Yes. Lift up from the hamstring. That's it. Amazing balance, Marissa. Yeah, that cactus arm. Fantastic. Bring the low tummy in so you can get the back flat. Yes. Perfect. 4. Stay strong. 3, press that heel up. 2, use your hamstring and butt. And 1, nice, nice, nice. Wherever you are, curl. Super big curl and release the back. Yes, good. And lower it back down to all fours, child's pose. Rest it down. And again, maybe the hairline on the ground, it can just be a little nicer. Yeah, we got so much discipline this class, my goodness. Okay, now we're almost there. I'm going to ask you to rise up from child's pose. And we're simply crossing our ankles behind us back there. Let the arms go. We're rolling back onto the hips again. Okay. Susie, if you'd like to use your ring for this exercise, you might want to bring the ring into the hand. We're getting into the lower part of the stomach again. And if you have the ring, what we're doing is we're slipping those, the legs are in tabletop again, wherever we are. The arms are forward. We're getting our classic tummy down, rounded spine. We're bringing those knees in and sending them through the ring and under the ring, through the ring and under the ring. And if you like, you can lengthen really long, hovering the body, and lengthen really long, hovering the body. Lengthen really long. Now, if we don't have the ring, we're doing exactly the same thing. The legs go a little bit under something, a little bit over. Or we lengthen really long, rise up, and lengthen really long, rise up. We're doing this for 10 seconds. So take your time, press it through. So good. 8 more seconds. Lengthen nice and long and through. Focus on that low tummy. Yes, so good. Lengthen as long as you can. Lower, hover the shoulders off the ground. Perfect. 3. I said 10 seconds. You didn't know I was counting slowly. Just do one more. Yeah. That's it. Fantastic. Now we're rolling all the way back down. We're getting into an intense low tummy exercise. We lengthen all the way back down, and I'd like you to shine your legs to the sky, but you're supporting your hands are down by your hips once again. You also have the option to bring your hands with your thumbs together and the index fingers together so you make a bit of a triangle. That little triangle can go under your sacrum, which happens to also be a triangle shape, so you get a little support and elevation. Once again, the toes are pointing straight up. I like to show you what not to do. We don't want to lift up and bring the legs forward and lift with the strength of the legs. We're using the low stomach. So we press the hands down, we engage, we get brightness in the chest. We use the low stomach to lift the legs up. It's so small. We lift the legs up. It's the low stomach that lifts the hips up. Yeah, so try not to bring the toes towards you. Yeah, point the toes straight up. Straight up. There's a string right above your big toes. Lift it straight up. Nice. Do 4 more. Try not to get momentum. Straight up. Nice. 3 more. Yes, I know it's difficult. Good. Do 1 more. Yes, so nice. Now when you bring your feet down, I'd like you to bring your feet together and send your knees apart. This should feel really nice. Yeah, you're still on your back. Yeah, maybe rest your hands on the body for a moment. And then that tiny shimmy again. So you're really shimmying on the buttocks. That should just feel really good. Yeah. Now we're using the low tummy for 1 more exercise, and then we're going to get a little bit of a stretch, okay? Actually, let's make this a whole core exercise. I'd rather end on a whole core exercise. Your feet are in the perfect position. Have your hands and your arms reflect your feet by lifting your head and softly placing your hands behind your skull with your elbows bent out to the side. Yeah, so all the same. Beautiful. Press your back into the ground. You're going to get that hip flexor engagement. Now lift your head, neck, and shoulders and keep your elbows wide and look to the sky. Yeah, just lift head, neck, and shoulders. Good. Hold that. Believe it or not, lift your legs. Feet are together. Lift them up. Good. Hover and lower flat back and lift it up again. Supta Baddha Konasana crunches. Yes. Place the back. Nice. Lift it up. Hover head, neck, and shoulders and feet. Lift it up. Hover head, neck, and shoulders, feet. 6 more. It's a small movement. Press the back down. Release it. Nice. That's all you need to think about. Press the back down. Release it. 4 more. Inhale up. Good. Release on the exhale. Squeeze up. Good. Hover. Just 2 more. Try not to lower the feet either. Yes. 1 more. Lift up. Yes. And release it down back to Supta Baddha Konasana or legs long. 1 big inhale. And 1 big exhale. Let's get that full body stretch again. Please point your toes. Reach the arms up overhead. The triceps are around the ears. Point the fingers. Maybe the fingernails are on the ground. Heels are on the ground. Lengthen the abdominal wall completely. And when you let it go, your middle back and your shoulders will soften. I'd just like you to roll over to, say, your right side and use the strength of your left hand to rise on up. We're just in this gentle sort of watching TV position with the legs. Yeah, and the arms are releasing forward, just nice and gentle. I just want to end with a little shoulder release, and it's a little bit of, letting the neck release too. So we're reaching the arms out, and bring your arms to cactus arms, but it's soft. We're bringing the hands down so the palms will be reaching back, and then reach it up, and back, and reach it up. Keep the neck really soft. We're just getting the shoulders and a little bit of a rotation, and we're just doing 2 more. Yeah, you feel this, but it's really a release. Just do 1 more. Good. Now lower those hands down. I'd just like you to also bring those hands outside the knee. Yeah, so bring the arms nice and long. Bend the elbows. It's almost like you're looking into a pool or doing a push-up, but it's very soft. As you lower down, hang the head very heavy and wag the neck side to side. Really, really soft. Good. Rise on up a little bit. Let's reach the arm that's, let's see, I'm watching with, yeah, both directions. We're reaching that arm forward. I just like you to lengthen the top leg forward. Use that supporting hand and the supporting foot to reach up and rise. The knee is on the ground. Reach the arm up overhead, but now it's really soft. Once you find that position, maybe look up, let that elbow go back behind you, look down. Just get that rotation in the sideways that was so good to you this whole hour, and reach it down. Do one more. Send the sideways up, and then rotate it down. Put that hand on the ground now. Put your hip back towards your heel. Sit down. And we simply shift the legs over to the other side. Just our soft little comfy posture. We send the arms outside that thigh that's on the ground. Really soft. Maybe put the fingers toward each other and then gently release the chest toward the ground. It's the tiniest little push-up. Hang your head really heavy. The chin goes toward the chest so the back of the neck is released. Slowly wag your head side to side. Bring your elbows in closer so you feel that nice release. Really slow. Now push into the heels of the hands until your arms go straight. Lengthen your top leg long. We're using that supporting hand. We lift on up until you're on the supporting knee and shin as well. Arm goes up overhead. We get very round and that arm is really soft. Yeah, just like the doll who lost her lumberness. Yeah. And then rotate, look up a little bit. And rotate, look down. Release that sideways that's pressing up to the sky. It's the armpit and the shoulder too that we're releasing. And look back down. Just do one more. Look up. And look down. Put that hand on the ground. Put your heel down towards your butt. And that's our class for today. I'm so happy this worked.